The bouncy castle of the Nibelungs. In the world of the gods, there lived a boy called Wotan, who had just celebrated his 8th birthday. He had been given a bouncy castle as a birthday present and called it Valhalla, and he wanted to spend his life in it with his half-sister Freya and his half-brother Loki. But he had a problem. It was too hard for him to inflate the castle, and his parents weren't there to help him because they were doing their daily exercise at the swimming baths. So he asked the neighbour's children, called Fasolt and Fafner, who were a few years older than him, whether they could help him. "Okay," said Fasolt, "but if you want us to inflate the bouncy castle, you must give us your half-sister Freya." Freya heard that and stamped her feet, saying, "No, I'd rather not play along with that." Unfortunately, such a principle of women's rights had not penetrated Wotan's world, and he said, "Yes, you can have Freya," and he held his hand over her mouth so she couldn't protest further. While the neighbour's children inflated the castle, Wotan found a toad near the pond in the garden, which was carrying a ring. "Strange," he said to himself, and he asked the toad where he had got the ring from. Naturally, toads can't speak, not even in the world of the gods, and Wotan therefore invented his own story about the ring. According to him, the toad was called Alberich, and it had stolen the ring from Wotan's parents whilst they were at the swimming baths. Wotan began to develop his own story and even to believe it himself. This toad was a thief, and the ring belonged to his family. He took the ring from the toad, which went on its way with evil thoughts, and Wotan even believed it had cursed him. He got back to the bouncy castle, but his half-sister was no longer there, and Wotan feared for her safety. He went quickly round to the neighbour's children, who had finished blowing the castle up and had gone back home, and he asked them to accept the ring instead of Freya. Fasolt accepted the ring, and Freya was free again, although she was very annoyed with Wotan. But before she could voice her views, the two big kids began fighting over the ring, and Fafner broke his brother's nose. "Well," said Wotan to himself, "we are a quarrelsome and unworthy race. I must change this stupid story into something more beautiful, to make humankind think that the gods are better." So later, when he grew up, he decorated this childhood experience with the magic of his imagination, and that is how the legend of the Ring of the Nibelungs arose. If humankind only knew what had really happened.